Hi, I'm here today to talk about making a roux. And watching is a very good way to learn how to make a roux because it's very hard to understand when you're just reading it written in a cookbook. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put on the heat, and you have your pan. Now if your recipe called for onions and peppers, or you can do that first. That's how I would usually do it. But today we're just going to show the basics of making a roux. So we're going to start with some butter, and I have heard of chefs that do use oil instead of butter, so if that's important to you, you can substitute it. And what we're going to do is let that melt, and you don't want the butter to burn. So put this on a lower heat. Now, roux you find often in soups that you want thickened, like clam chowder, and they also come in, called for in a variety of colors. A white roux you would use for a white dish, like chicken pot pie or clam chowder, and then they call it like a peanut butter color, which might be used in a bouillabaisse or something with a tomato base. And the recipe that you would be using would indicate what color roux they'd like you to use. Okay, so we're just melting this butter. And then what we're going to do is gradually add with a whisk the flour. Now, it's not really a big science, and your recipe would probably, be best to follow the directions, but a good rule might be equal amounts of butter to flour or oil. And you can see already how important it is to keep whisking so you don't get all the lumps, and this is something you could never walk away from. So you get what would like your roux past more of this kind of pasty, almost like a hummus consistency, or peanut butter. I'd say thicker than pancake batter. And I'm going to keep this low so it doesn't get too dark. And that's basically it. Now, the whole reason for making this roux, you do want it to cook a bit, otherwise your dish will taste like flour. So by doing this, your flour is cooking and losing that taste.